The Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Dima DLC Part 1 just dropped. I'm gonna 100% the whole thing so you don't have to. That means completing the entire story, every single boss fight, every training ground fight, every collectible collected, and of course, the dreaded encyclopedia, all 100% complete. Now, if you haven't seen Dragon Ball Dima, here's a quick rundown. This egg-shaped guy is King Goma from the Demon Realm. He shows up to Earth to use their Dragon Balls because the Demon Realm Dragon Balls are guarded by titans known as the Tamagami. He then makes a wish to turn everyone who was involved in the defeat of Majin Buu into children. So that includes Goku, Vegeta, and everyone else who was involved. He then also kidnaps Dende and the gang have to head into the Demon Realm to get him back, yada yada yada. And also the only reason they were able to go into the Demon Realm was thanks to Glorio's ship. So that's pretty much how we end up in the Demon Realm. One big thing to keep in mind about this place, the atmosphere is absolutely dense. So flight isn't an option. That means that all the traversal happens on foot. There's also a bunch of new collectibles, but we'll get to that stuff. It didn't take too long before we ran into some trolls. I'm pretty sure you can tell at this point that these are just the random bandits that you have to take on for this DLC. There are new attack animations, which is good, I like that. I'm gonna step back. What do I have? Kamehameha? One of the other ones, do something. Consecutive energy blast. Full palm, I'm gonna assume it looks kind of like it. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it always does. It makes sense. While Goku is no joke contemplating eating this troll,
we can't, like, eat this guy, can we?
The guy we saved introduces Medibugs. Pretty much the sensu beans, except they're bug-shaped. Okay, next mission. The immediate thing that I can see for bad is that this is very exploration focused, which... Oh shucks, that's the wrong way. It's very exploration focused, which is what the base game is. Exploration focused too, except this is like... It's increased because you can't fly. You know what I mean? Like you have to find everything on foot. Everything you find, you have to search every nook and cranny yourself. You have to actually, it's pretty hands-on when it comes to the exploring. Anyway, remember that ship we came in? That got nabbed. And if you have seen Dama, you'll notice that this looks a little bit more bare bones than the actual show. There's a lot of little moments like this in the DLC that do make it feel rushed, is the best way to put that, because it most likely was. The next mission, reach Kadan Castle to meet the king. On our way there, we see the gendarmerie. The military guys, they work for Goma. We don't like these guys. Reason being, Exhibit A. We see them messing with a civilian, but Goku can't stand for any of this, so it's fight time. Now here's the thing, I wonder how many fights are actually in this DLC. Okay? I haven't seen everything, but from everything I've seen, the DLC is pretty short. It's not huge. That guy just did a Kamehameha midday. The DLC is pretty short, so I would imagine there's not that many fights in this thing. It's a quick solar flare for this guy. How do you feel about that? Let me know. Anyway, the person we saved is Pansy. She's also the daughter of King Kadan. She also has a tracker courtesy of the gendarmerie. I think you can tell at this point they pretty much run the place with an iron fist. And thanks to Goku intervening, they now know exactly who to look for. The kid with the spiky hair. Now, remember how I said we couldn't fly in this? Someone explain this to me, please. The map is split up into two layers. The bottom layer and the floating islands layer. There's not a lot going on up there except for more stuff to collect. So leveling up is pretty intense. It happens instantly almost. Like I said, I was level 50 a second ago and now I'm already level 58.
Here we are, Kadan Castle.
I gotta say, it looks kinda junky for a castle.
Pretty soon we finally meet with King Kadan. He was actually the one who sent Glorio out with the purpose of finding someone strong. Specifically, the person who defeated Majin Buu. They tell him it was Goku, but he wants to see his power for himself. So Goku has to face his soldiers, kicking off the first horde battle of the DLC. Alright, let's do this. Now I got this green guy. I'm gonna go for this big guy. Yeah, he went down in 5 seconds. Step back. Okay, this might be the... Does this. This is the best fight so far already. It's only been 5 seconds. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. All the fights at this point had felt pretty lackluster. But this one was the best fight up until this point at least.
Hey, is that it?
Almost forgot to mention that the DLC does in fact add a new skill tree for 3 of the characters. Pansy doesn't get one because she acts as a guest character in combat. I'm sure this will be a little bit more interesting in part 2 of this, but right now she just throws gas bombs every now and then. Official mission. What is Pansy doing? She's not doing anything. Oh, she's poisoning them.
You weren't all that.
Now, getting back to the fact that you cannot fly in this DLC, this would mean that you would have to walk to every single location. But thankfully, the game does include fast travel points in the form of sky seeds. These let you travel to any sky seed on the map, no matter the distance between each of them. It's been a pretty long day for the gang, so they set up camp in this cave, only to find out that a man-eating minotaur lives in it. Of course, Goku wants to fight the guy, but so does Glorio. So the best way to settle this? The strongest gets to fight the minotaur, kicking off the first real boss fight of the DLC. I was hyped for this.
But if you're a child, I can at least put up a
I'm gonna
fight.
bait him with a couple steps forward and a step back. I'm gonna block this.
I was hoping
Punches.
that I'd get the chance to fight you.
Let's see what you do for us. Good attack. Okay, good attack. My turn. Dang, this guy's actually kind of... Okay, for some reason I thought that would make me go Super Saiyan, but it didn't. I guess when I beat him, that's when Super Saiyan's gonna engage. Here we go.
I want to test something out.
Here we go.
This should do the trick.
Here we go. Yeah, let him cook it up a little bit. Fantastic. Say that again?
This power, it was hidden inside of you all along.
Try me.
Scrap the horde fight. At this point, this was by far the best fight of the DLC so far. But as you can also tell by my level, it was also pretty easy. But I guess that's kind of the point. Goku's supposed to be stronger than everything in the demon realm, so this does make sense, I guess.
I think we can call it here.
I did notice that the DLC did give me some new soul emblems, so naturally I assumed there might be some kind of Demon Realm community board, but that wasn't the case. But let me know down below what you think about these maxed out community boards. Before heading to the next mission, I figured it was time to get some super attacks, starting with the blow strike. And of course for the 100% I'm gonna have to achieve every single one of these.
I keep getting stronger and stronger.
Alright, I don't have enough D medals for the rest of them. I probably should have got the Spirit Bomb first. Now that I think about it, I probably should have got the Spirit Bomb first. Worst mistake I've ever made. Let's get the super attack palette out. Did I get the super Kamehameha? Because then I can solo the Kamehameha for the super Kamehameha. There we go. We have blow strike, we have intense strike. We have ultimate scissors paper rock. Let's swap that for the solar flare. Kind of I'll keep the solar flare just because it's not bad. Intense staff strike. Let's swap that for the tornado staff strike. Intense staff strike. After that, our next location was the village, specifically in search of our stolen plane. And guess who it is? The gendarmerie guys tried to kidnap Pansy, but they must have forgotten how Goku pummeled them before. Mind you, I'm not even using Super Saiyan and these guys are getting flattened like it's pancake season. Because the gendarmerie got a hold of Pansy for a moment, they managed to scan her collar, meaning they can now track our every move. I have an idea. Let's turn Pansy in, or the Supreme Kai could just remove the thing. That works too. And just like that, no joke, it was time for the final mission, to take on the Tamagami. The story was extremely short. Of course, after this I still have a lot to do to achieve the 100%, but still, I wasn't expecting part 1 to be so short. If this is the end of the, part 1, I'm hoping part 2 is way longer. Alright, I'm hoping part 2 is way longer. If there's no Super Saiyan 4 in part 2, I'm gonna boycott this entire game and then Bandai Namco is gonna get it. I'm gonna sue them. Okay, it's go time. I'm just gonna take in the place while we move. Amazing.
Hey!
What do you want?
Man, you don't have to yell so loud. I'm not standing that far away.
I am Tamagami number 3!
Nice.
I'm gonna start off with a couple. Wow.
I've been looking for
I'm way above this thing
You are straight. I can tell.
way above this thing in terms of my level. That's pretty. I was expecting this thing to be
It's hammer
a
time.
like a pretty challenging fight. It isn't. I haven't used any of my healables once during this entire thing. Not once. Yeah, this is definitely a 2-part fight. There's no way.
At this rate, this fight's gonna go on forever.
Yeah, it's a 2-part fight. It has to be.
All right.
Oh, okay, it's a 2-part fight. It's 2 parts.
Ready to do this for real?
Yeah, he got a little bit tougher, but it's not by that much. It's not by that much. From what it feels like to me, it's almost like it's holding back to be challenging. Or I think it's balanced with the idea that you have part 2. Right, so this isn't supposed to be like a fight that feels, like an ending fight. Like all the other DLCs have. This is just kind of like a... There's just Tamagami to fight. They just split it up for some reason. I don't know why this is split up. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Amazing cutscenes as always. This is fantastic. Incredible cutscenes, absolute cinema. Massive finish. After this clear victory, the Tamagami pulls out a cup game, but Goku's perception is far beyond this, giving us the first Dragon Ball and ending Dragon Ball Daima Part 1. Meanwhile, Eggman over here gets the news that turning Goku and the others into children did absolutely nothing. Over on this side of things, the tomfoolery is just beginning. The plan to cook up some new margins just kicked off. Part 2 cannot come any sooner. Anyway, the story might be finished, but there's still a lot to do. The next logical step is the side quest, starting off with the rematch against the Tamagami. And he did in fact get a strength boost. Second Tamagami fight incoming.
What you got?
Okay, he did get stronger. He's sitting at level 90. I'm sitting at level 92, so I'm only 2 levels above him. Does this. Easy. Oh, he's way stronger. I wonder why it didn't start off like this. Yeah, he has different moves too. He didn't do this before. He did none of this before. Okay, change of plans. I'm gonna keep my distance, and then when he steps closer, I'm gonna sideswipe him. Dude, this is what the fight should have been from the moment I stepped into this arena. Hold on. I'm going full power now. Come here, huh? This is why I need the spirit bomb. Does these. Come here again. Dude, his health is going down slow. Look at this. Now he's powering up too. I'm cooked. Yeah, jot this down as a practice fight. Jot this down as a practice fight. That's what this is. Listen, I was tired of getting pummeled by the Tamagami, so I decided to do that side story last. For this next one, I had to do some fishing for King Gadon. And then this kid lost her pet dragon Blue. We make the logical decision to bring back the most blue individual we can find. But turns out this isn't blue, this is blue. Incredible naming scheme. After that I had to gather some sulfur rocks. And as a thank you, this old lady forces Goku to take a bath. Next was to catch a couple bugs for this guy. Also, this dino took the entire tree. I don't know what that's about. Remember that bull from the cave? He's a culinary chef now. Pretty insane. With every side quest complete, it was time to face the Tamagami. Okay, now I didn't stack up on heals, but it should be way easier this time with the spirit bomb. You see how much damage this thing does? Hold on. Here's a quick tip for anyone who wants some, some tips, okay? You want to sidestep constantly. Couple punches, step back. Does this. The Tamagami might be overpowered. Hold on. Do I have the spirit bomb? I do. Spirit bomb. Okay, the damage isn't that insane. Super Kamehameha. I missed. It's over. It's over. Oh, I'm deep fried. It's over. Okay. Change of plans. Massive change of plans. I'm gonna need to get myself some heatables. Specifically in the form of those, I'm gonna call them sensu bean bugs just because I can't remember the name. Does these. Maximum. And I'm gonna get this entire combo off. Here we go. The entire combo. Follow that up with a rock, paper, scissors. Follow that up with a split. What a finish. What a finish. Absolute cinema. Now that was done, the next step was to find all the collectibles on the map. Starting with the rumors. These are those photograph looking ones. You know what I mean. After that, every single chest on the map. This would also include every single D medal since the chests contain all the D medals. Once that was complete, all that was left to do was complete all the training ground fights. You already know how this goes. Each fight gets more difficult, but as a reward, you're able to get more XP. As expected, the first few fights were pretty easy, but of course the main goal is to reach the final fight against the Tamagami sitting at level 200. Again, the level gap isn't that crazy. Super Saiyan 2. Does this. Punches. Keep the combo going. Does this. Combo going. Alright, does these. Does all this noise. Punches. Does this. Punches. Glorio, if I was you, I'd pack it up right now, man. Okay, he's going into his rage mode. Look at you trigger just from a couple punches. Oh, was he doing that? Step back. Okay, the damage is insane. I didn't realize. Does these.
I'm gonna need more fighters.
And now there was no escaping it. It was time to face the level 200 Tamagami. Yeah, like I said, the Tamagami is probably the best fight in this entire thing. It has been the best fight in the entire thing, which makes sense. It's like the final boss fight. You would expect it to be, you know, the best thing in the entire thing. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight the Tamagami, regardless of being 20 levels lower than it. And I'm gonna beat this thing. First things first, Super Saiyan. Step back, Spirit Bomb. Okay. Does these. Spirit Bomb. Oh, Kamehameha, that works too. Alright, does these. Easy. So far, not too bad. If I can just not get hit. Yeah, that shouldn't have hit me. Yeah, turns out my eyes were bigger than my fists. I had no choice but to do some training with Glorio. Any level boost would do the trick at this point. And also I bought a bunch of healables to ensure my victory. Say something about it in the comments. So I'm hyped for the 100% completion. I immediately start yapping out an outro, but then I'm hit with the stench of the encyclopedia. As you can see, there was still a couple things I was missing for this absolute unit of a book, and I can't really call it a 100% until every entry is complete. The easiest one to start off with was the bestiary. And that, of course, includes all the fish too.
Now that's a big one.
With the bestiary complete and the training grounds complete, you'll notice I didn't max out my level. Okay, take it easy, take it easy. The reason I didn't do that was because with part 2 coming in a year, I could always do that then. Now let's travel back in time to that outro. That's pretty much everything 100%ed, okay? Stories 100%, skill trees are 100%, collectibles are 100%, D-medals, chests, 100%. Okay. What do I think about the DLC? I think it was cool. A little bit short. It is part 1, part 2 comes out in like a year. This is only part 1, so hopefully part 2 is way longer than this. But it was pretty short. Part 1 is short. Okay, the best part about this DLC is definitely like the map size, everything that it adds is it's a pretty sizable DLC. I still think some of the other DLCs are better than this one. Or the Trunks DLC, better than this one. The Bardock DLC, I think was better than this one. But still pretty good nonetheless. Adds a new place, it's pretty good. Best fight in this whole DLC was definitely the Tamagami. And there's only like 2 fights in this whole thing. Besides the, you know, like the large group fights or whatever. There's like 2 fights. There's like 2 main boss fights in this thing, which is pretty disappointing, but it is part 1, so there's probably a lot more incoming. If at any second you enjoyed this video, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, okay? You never have to, but if you stick around, you'll have an amazing time. I always do my best to ensure that. Anyway, remember to stay hopeful. I'll see you in the next video. Until then.